Welcome back to our series on the Bhagavad Gita. Today we're diving into Chapter 2, known as Sankhya Yoga, or Transcendental Knowledge. This chapter is a pivotal moment in the Gita, where Krishna begins to impart his timeless wisdom to Arjuna. Get ready for a journey into deep philosophical insights. Previously, we left Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, overwhelmed with sorrow and confusion. He had dropped his bow, unwilling to fight against his own family. Now, Krishna steps in to guide Arjuna out of his despair. Krishna says, "Arjuna, why this sudden weakness? This attitude is not fitting for a warrior like you. Rise up and fight." Arjuna says, "Krishna, how can I fight against my own kin? My heart is torn between my duty as a warrior and my love for them." Krishna starts by addressing Arjuna's concern about killing his relatives. He explains the fundamental concept of the soul's immortality and the temporary nature of the physical body. Lord says, "Arjuna, the wise grieve neither for the living nor the dead. Just as the soul passes through childhood, youth, and old age, so it moves on to another body at death. The soul is eternal and indestructible." Krishna emphasizes that the soul is unchangeable and eternal, while the body is temporary and perishable. He says, "Weapons cannot cut it, fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, and wind cannot dry it. The soul is immutable and everlasting." Despite this profound explanation, Arjuna remains troubled by the thought of causing harm to his loved ones. So, Krishna shifts his approach to discuss duty and righteousness, known as dharma. Krishna says, "As a warrior, your duty is to fight for justice. There is no greater honor for a warrior than to fight in a righteous war. If you refuse to fight, you will incur sin for neglecting your duty and lose your honor." Krishna introduces the idea of performing one's duty without attachment to the results. This is the essence of karma yoga, the yoga of selfless action. Almighty says, "Perform your duty, Arjuna, and abandon all attachment to success or failure." This evenness of mind is called yoga. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas and remains fixed in self-realization, you will have attained true wisdom. Those on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. The intelligence of the irresolute is many-branched and endless. Krishna explains that by focusing on the action itself, rather than the outcome, Arjuna can achieve inner peace and spiritual liberation. Krishna further elaborates on the importance of wisdom and knowledge, helping Arjuna see beyond the material world to understand the true nature of reality. Arjuna begins to grasp the significance of detachment and wisdom. Krishna describes the traits of a wise person who has attained transcendental knowledge. A person undisturbed by happiness and distress and steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Such a person remains calm and composed, unaffected by external changes. Krishna introduces the idea of self-control and equanimity as essential qualities of a wise individual. He says, "When a person gives up all desires born of the mind and is satisfied in the self alone, they are said to be in pure transcendental consciousness." Krishna concludes this chapter by reassuring Arjuna that by following this path of knowledge, selfless action, and devotion, he will achieve liberation and eternal peace. Thus, knowing yourself to be transcendental to material existence, perform your duty with a steady mind. This wisdom has been imparted to you. Now, arise and fight. Arjuna's confusion begins to clear as he understands the deeper purpose of life and his duty as a warrior. This marks the end of Chapter 2, where Krishna lays the foundation for the teachings that follow. And that's a wrap on Chapter 2, folks. Krishna has given Arjuna the first dose of his profound wisdom, teaching him about the eternal nature of the soul, the importance of duty, and the path of selfless action. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into Krishna's teachings in the next chapter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next chapter. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.